Hi, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the final session in our 5-week series. Now, we're closing things out with a special masterclass, 90-Day Reset with Laura Jacobs, a trusted mentor and educator known for turning big ideas into simple, doable steps. Now, tonight, Laura will walk us through a 90-day framework to reset your daily habits so you can create steady energy, clearer thinking, and more ease in your body. This is a masterclass, so expect structure, practical tools, and next steps you can start right away. Now, here's the flow for our time together. Why 90 days works, habit cycles, and realistic momentum. A simple framework. Prepare, cleanse, renew. This reset plus foundational supports you can personalize, and how to track progress and adjust without the all or nothing trap. Of course, we've got Q&A. So as you listen, think about who else could benefit from a 90-day reset. A friend, coworker, family member who wants structure or support. Drop questions in the chat anytime. We'll have Q&A at the end. All right, let's jump in.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this journey to reset your wellness. Myself and others who invited you here, we're excited to share what we love and why. Again, thank you for joining this conversation. The things we'll talk about have made a huge difference in my life. Like some of you, the need for better healthcare options came when our oldest was just 1 year old. After a long 6 months of repeated ear discomfort, going round after round with no end in sight, I thought, I can't just let this little guy keep suffering. There's got to be a better way. And that drove me to discover natural solutions. The changes in his health were so dramatic that honestly, I've never looked back. I raised 5 kids naturally who are all thriving adults today. Over time, this shift had huge implications on how we spend our money. Our conventional care was so seldom needed anymore, we rerouted our resources more and more into investing into healthy living. And now at age 62, I find myself up-leveling my commitments even more, as the capacity to keep up with all these adventurous young adult kids and 7 grandkids is for my husband and I a big focus to ensure our health spans last as long as our lifespans. We would both seriously go nuts spending the end of our living years in a lazy boy chair. How many of you as well realize it's time to hit the reset button and take control of some aspects of your health? Raise your hand. Right? I want to see this. All right. With that, an official welcome to the 90-Day Reset. I'm honored to be here to represent not only myself, but so many wellness advocates around the world, and honor you for setting aside a time to join us for this conversation about yourself and your health. In this class, our overarching topic is establishing foundational wellness. We'll cover 3 things: how to have a wellness mindset, how to meet your body's needs, and how to establish a wellness foundation with the 90-Day Reset. And as we go along, use the handout to follow and take notes on anything additional that's important to you. Prior to the start of this workshop, you were invited to take the lifestyle assessment. The purpose of this assessment is to take inventory of where you are and become more aware of what you want to address when it comes to your top health priorities. Drawing from those answers and from what you know about yourself, take a moment now, if you haven't already, to write your top 3 health priorities on the first page of your handout. As each of you think about your priorities, no matter where you are in your health journey, no matter what you want to solve, from appetite and stress management to getting better quality sleep or having more energy or anything else you may see here on this list of possibilities, the purpose is for you to leave this conversation empowered with a fresh perspective, a sound approach, and feeling more competent and confident as you captain your own wellness ship. Okay, we'll come back to your priorities in a bit, but before we move on, let's ask ourselves, where do these priorities fit into the overall scheme of things? You might assume it's our next step. Like, why wouldn't we tackle what's on your list, right? But think about it. That approach is like playing a game of whack-a-mole. And you know how that goes. The same things just keep rearing their ugly head. Our health is the same. Chasing symptoms, per se, kicks the can down the road and can then increase risk as real causes go unresolved. Here's the good news. This is exactly why we're here, to prioritize where you aim your efforts. The goal is to understand the choices you have and to come away with a sound strategy that makes it easy to decide where to begin. On that note, let's jump in to establishing foundational wellness with our first topic, and that is how to have a wellness mindset. Take a look at the two triangles shown and notice how they differ. The first represents the modern approach, focused on intervention and mitigating symptoms. The second represents the more natural approach, where intentional efforts are aimed at meeting the body's needs and resolving root causes. Each triangle flares where that approach places greater emphasis, illustrating the choices we have when it comes to meeting our health needs, be it top-down or bottom-up approach, and frankly, there are times when each makes sense. Let's first take a deeper look at the concept of intervention. We all experience those moments we call life's little urgencies. Here's a few classics: a run-in with a sharp object, sneezing or itchy eyes after mowing the lawn, tickles in your throat, sore muscles after gardening, tension after hours at your desk, tummy aches, or too much sun after a long day at the beach. For times like this, it's essential to have solutions, and why so many of us choose to have specific essential oils at our fingertips. They're our natural response team, ready for whatever life throws at us, because nobody ignores a so-called fire. In the moment, it's often the biggest thing happening. For example, I hurt my foot while riding my new e-bike. The first thing I asked my husband for was, "Will you please go get the Deep Blue?" The rapid relief on the way to the Instacare was so appreciated. And on one weekend, when one granddaughter sat on a yellow jacket and her big sister touched a cookie sheet with her bare hand, oh my goodness, thank you, lavender essential oil, had both those girls out playing in the backyard in no time. Although this kind of firefighting is what's needed in those more urgent moments, it's not a sustainable approach to wellness. This kind of ambulance mentality, however, is primarily where the modern approach directs its efforts, at symptom management. Many believe they're doing the right thing, yet frustration abounds. Why? Because as illustrated, root cause is not the focus, symptoms are. And when the body's root needs are ignored, symptoms can persist. And let's face it, chasing those symptoms with synthetic, unnatural, manufactured solutions too often results in new symptoms to chase. And that makes for a very profitable business model. I ask you, are we healthier because of it? The bottom line, modern healthcare is simply not well care. It's easy to blame the healthcare system, and while there are concerns to explore, we each have the larger part to play. We get to choose the routes we take. Reach for a standard solution at the first sign of head tension and think nothing of it, or instead, consider the potential cause: dehydration, lack of sleep, a food reaction, or neck misalignment. Healthcare and well-care are not the same, and by confusing the two, it's why we are where we are. What we do each day impacts our health a lot more than seeing a doctor once a year. Honestly, this is great news. If we are responsible for our state of health, we can take control and let modern medicine be used as it should be in a crisis. There truly is a better way. We have choices when it comes to our health and wellness. This is why I love so much what I do as a wellness advocate, sharing how to aim efforts to create real, sustainable wellness, because feeling good isn't meant to be momentary. It's our birthright. I've seen so many lives change for the better because someone said yes to changing how they think about how to solve their health priorities. Let's shift our focus to being more intentional about our health. Bricklaying versus firefighting. Proactive versus reactive. With enough of the right bricks, we can keep up with the constant construction and reconstruction demands of our body. But none of this happens haphazardly. We need a plan, and that's exactly what we're here to create. A wellness mindset is all about nurturing our well-being. The natural approach focuses on meeting the root needs of our body and supplying natural solutions needed to solve root causes. The result? Considerably fewer symptoms and a far better quality of life. Building, not chasing. So how does one build sustainable wellness? At this point, you may be thinking, is this going to take a lot of time, education, and resources? But I'm here to tell you it's actually quite simple. When you focus on meeting the body's root needs and solving root causes, it's way less complicated. Actually, there's only two things that ever really go wrong. Here we go. Too much of the wrong thing and not enough of the right thing. In other words, toxicity and deficiency. Too much of the wrong thing can look like excessive exposure to toxins, from cleaning and personal care products with harmful endocrine disrupting chemicals, to too much stress, ultra-processed food, a body overrun with unwanted guests, fat cells blown up with toxins, or even constipation. Too little of the right thing might look like inadequate nutrition, too little sleep, too little water, not enough exercise, and a need for more loving relationships. You get the idea. Think about it. We've taken something as radically complex as your health and simplified it to where all you need to remember is this: get enough of the right stuff and avoid too much of the wrong stuff. And do notice, I'm not asking a lot of you. This is not extreme. It's simple. Just don't get too much and get enough. That's it. And a great way to capture that is out with the bad, in with the good is a rule you can live by. Of all the things to be deficient in, the most universal is a lack of proper nutrition, whether it's straight up poor food choices or the fact that our food supply is severely compromised from decades of agricultural engineering, genetic modification, and ultra processing. Our diets are nutrient-less. It's not a surprise then that many health problems are correlated with nutritional deficiencies. Even 70% of regular health challenges stem from diet. This chart shows the number of adults 19 and older who aren't reaching their daily nutrient intake requirements for specific vitamins and minerals. Check this out. 95% of the population deficient in vitamin D, 84% vitamin E, 48% magnesium, 57% vitamin A, 49% calcium, and 43% vitamin C. That's crazy. And as for toxicity, environmental toxins are nearly impossible to avoid. They are in the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the household items we use every day. And sadly, children are at an even greater risk because their body size and underdeveloped coping capacities. Many of us already take proactive steps, yet millions face digestive distress, fatigue, inflammation, immune compromise, hormonal imbalances, brain fog, cognitive decline, and compromised overall health. Even though there's a lot we can't control, we can reduce the exposure in our homes and ensure our eliminative organs are functioning properly. Certainly, there is a call to captain our own wellness ship, and although we need a certain level of literacy to take that helm, which is the purpose of the first portion of this conversation, I want you to feel confident that the way to approach all of this, again, is quite simple. The bottom line is a solid wellness recipe will always consist of two things: get enough of the right stuff and not too much of the wrong stuff. With that understanding, the next question naturally is, so how do we tip the scales in our favor? And that takes us to our next topic: how to meet your body's needs with the ABCs of wellness. A for activate, B for build, C for cleanse, with targeted solutions as needed to address individual priorities. There are so-called bricks or essentials your body must have to function properly. To better understand each of these vital components, here's a great analogy. Think about a car. The components you see here are what make it run. A key, alternator, batteries, spark plugs, they're all needed to turn the darn thing on. Fuel keeps it going. Regular maintenance like oil and filter changes, let alone tire rotation, keep it humming and running. But what if an oil warning light comes on, like for your college daughter, but gets ignored? Or maybe your car has over 100,000 miles on it from wear and tear and lack of care. Major repairs, such as replacing transmission or engine, can then be required to get it running again, but at a cost far more than just a routine visit to your mechanic. Our bodies aren't that different. They too require very specific care. Let's take a look through our ABC lens. First, we need to activate digestion and the intestinal tract, keeping it moving. Water, fiber, enzymes, and probiotics all ensure proper function. Everything we consume passes through the gut before we convert it to energy. Build indicates our body needs fuel to run on. Beyond the macronutrients in our diet in the form of protein, carbs, and fats, we also need micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, also known as EFAs, antioxidants, and amino acids, those protein building blocks that make up everything we are, including our hair, skin, and nails. Next, we move out biowaste and clear out all those crazy toxins we just talked about. For that, we have chimneys or exhaust pipes of our own as listed in the cleanse column. The biggies move the mass of solid and liquid waste. Secondary chimneys also move waste, and why we call the skin the third kidney. It also moves fluid via perspiration. All four of these have an exit point or an orifice through which they eliminate. Additionally, we have internal chimneys, the liver, the lymphatic system, that move their waste to those chimneys. But what happens if the biggies become sluggish or backed up? Secondary chimneys can get overused. The skin may sound an alarm, or a seemingly unrelated respiratory concern can indicate a need for better waste removal. Because most are never taught about these critical detoxification pathways, nor understand when they're calling for extra support, the majority believe symptom management is the way to go. But conventional solutions then often suppress the very toxins the body is trying to rid itself of. That's like cutting the wire to the oil light in your car, thinking that will solve the problem. Proper maintenance is far more effective than resorting to chasing symptoms or feeling desperate. Which takes us to targeted solutions. Like our cars, we too have wear and tear and lack of care. And that's why we had you take that lifestyle assessment to lift your hood and clearly identify where your parts, body systems, organs, tissues, and so on may have their own need for direct care to bring on better performance. In summary, meeting the ABCs of your body puts us on a path to getting enough of the right stuff and properly eliminating what we don't. Don't you love how simple this is? It makes so much sense. Something truly magical happens when we consistently meet our root needs. We feel well, which takes us to our third and final topic. Establishing a foundation of wellness with the 90-day reset. This program is designed to systemically prepare, cleanse, and renew your body's foundational systems with a 3-phased approach. The first phase is prepare, with a deliberate emphasis on energizing organ and cell performance so they function well in the next phase, phase 2. Cleanse. The objective here is to stimulate detoxification processes and elimination pathways of your body. This phase is dedicated to all those chimneys we talked about and their capacity to do their jobs properly. Think of these first 2 phases like getting your garden ready for spring, clearing out dead plants and leaves that have accumulated, pulling weeds already popping up, and tilling the soil so new seeds and plants can grow well. In kind, you will diligently prepare, till, and weed your so-called soil or bioterrain in phases 1 and 2. Then your body is ready for phase 3, renew. In this phase, it's all about replenish, restore, and rebuild your so-called plants, are your cells, organs, tissues, and body systems. In this phase, you'll water and fertilize and nurture them so they flourish. Pause for a second and think about it. If you left all the old dead stuff, weeds, and hardened soil, your garden would be a dim reflection of what's possible. Can you imagine someone buying some cool heirloom seeds and then just dumping them in a garden full of weeds? Wouldn't that be an obvious waste of great seeds? The same is true for us. Our own bioterrain sometimes needs tilling or energizing before we start pulling our weeds or toxins, placing greater demands on our eliminative organs. Frankly, most people need some prep before going after it. This is why we don't start with phase 2. Are there some unattended to, neglected bioterrains right here in our midst? And with a few weeds of your own, you may have even tossed some seeds or supplements into your so-called unprepared soil. The irony is, many scratch their heads wondering why a supplement didn't work for them and may even blame it or the person who suggested it for a lack of results. But I've got news for you. Not all terrains are the same, and they're not already fit and ready to go for something as amazing as that kind of support. By addressing wellness at a cellular, metabolic, and systemic level, the 90-day reset doesn't just create short-term improvement, it builds a foundation for sustainable vitality. This program is your full body reset and renewal. It's the best start when first getting started or when feeling run down, or experiencing hormonal imbalances, skin issues, digestive discomfort, or fatigue that just won't lift. It provides a comprehensive system-wide refresh, rebuilding your detox capacity from the inside out. Go now to the second page of your handout, and here you see the 3 phases we've talked about, all laid out. The whole idea behind the 90-day time frame is to not only establish wellness, but to make it a habit, ensuring you maintain long-term your bioterrain with daily ABCs. Here's the really cool part. Most people struggle to achieve true wellness because they either have healthy habits that don't meet their body's primary needs or focus on managing secondary symptoms instead of addressing what causes them. Primary needs are your body's functional requirements like cellular health, organ function, proper nutrition, and rest. When these aren't met, symptoms appear as warning signs, but chasing them alone creates more challenges over time. True well-being begins when you strengthen the foundation by meeting these primary needs, naturally reducing symptoms and freeing energy for living well. Because emphasis is on simply meeting root needs of our body, many root causes easily resolve and naturally go away. Why? Because they were just indications that root needs weren't being met. After completing months 1 and 2 of this program, typically the number of priorities on a person's health to-do list has greatly diminished. What few remain unresolved are easy to identify and can be addressed in month 3 with targeted solutions. So now, having looked over the entire 90 days, let's focus on how to get started with month 1. At the top of page 2 of your handout, notice each product is intentionally placed in its appropriate A, B, or C category. As we go through each one, remember the main objective to phase 1 is to till your soil, to energize organ and cell performance so your body gains greater capacity to resolve other concerns and establish sustainable wellness. A for activate is all about what it takes to keep your gut moving. First, water, and lots of it. A minimum of half your body weight in ounces and more if you work out, sweat a lot, consume any kind of diuretic like coffee or soda. Lots of people love adding essential oils and electrolytes to their drinking water to make it more refreshing and rejuvenating. Next, fiber. We were meant to get plenty of it from our diet. So if you eat lots of greens and fresh fruits and veggies and other high fiber foods, awesome. But if not, consider supplementing, and we've got a great option for you. Third, our bodies need enzymes to break down food and access nutrients. More on this in a moment. And last, but certainly not least, we need probiotics. doTERRA PB Restore is your Primo Activate partner. It's not your mama's probiotic. Even better, it's not just a probiotic. It includes prebiotics, the fibers you need to feed your probiotics so they quickly thrive in their new environment. Postbiotics or metabolites for vital nutrients and neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Bacteriophages, a kind of good virus that destroys bad bacteria in your gut. And when it comes to those probiotics, we're talking 22 strains and 24 species. This profound combination offers a revolutionary offensive and defensive approach to balancing your gut microbiome. Let me tell you why. For example, if someone takes a traditional solution that tends to kill bad bacteria but also wipes out an entire population of good bacteria, this can leave the gut and other biomes of the body in a vulnerable state. Now, invasion by unwanted guests is much easier to achieve because there's a lack of good bacteria to protect, defend, and occupy the territory. In a nutshell, this is a serious compromise. This is like weeding your garden and then pulling up all the plants as well. Because this kind of annihilation and overpopulation of bad bacteria has become so common, you can see why restoring an intestinal flora population and promoting its colonization is of the utmost importance in month 1. And PB Restore doesn't stop there. It supports the microbiome of 5 different organ systems in your body. Next, to fuel our bodies with essential nutrients, your month 1 build partners, the first of which is VMG. VMG Plus, with its comprehensive approach to daily nutrition, redefines the multivitamin. This whole food, micronutrient-rich supplement is designed to meet a wide variety of daily nutritional needs. Its unmatched, unique combination of 90-plus science-backed premium ingredients includes plant-derived vitamins and minerals, fruits, vegetables, herbs, powerful antioxidants, along with CPTG essential oils, liposomes, probiotics, and digestive enzymes for a well-rounded nutrition, improved absorption, and nutrient bioavailability. And by the way, if any of you have been taking doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, also known as LLV, VMG combines the benefits of Microplex VMZ, Alpha CRS, and doTERRA greens into one delicious, easy-to-consume powdered drink. This convenient way to get daily nutrients is so yummy, it makes taking a multivitamin a far more likely and enjoyable habit. As you can see by this amazing list of ingredients, VMG is precisely formulated to address the gaps in nutritional needs while creating a strong nutritional foundation that enhances the effectiveness of every other supplement and essential oil you use. It features clean ingredients, it's vegan-friendly, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, and it contains nothing artificial. In my 30 years in the health and wellness industry, I've read a lot of labels, and you will not find another like this, and it's why I feel so strongly about the following. I understand. It's easy to order from your favorite online portal or grab something off of a grocery store shelf, but nearly all multivitamin supplements are built in a lab and they contain isolated synthetic nutrients that lack necessary cofactors, making them harder for your body to use effectively. As a result, most perform at a dismal 20 to 30% absorption, making for very rich urine. And that isn't all. What little you did absorb typically remains in the body for a short period of time, and then you guessed it, more rich urine, meaning most of what you took you didn't benefit from. The point is, only nature has what's needed for proper nutrient absorption. Vitamins and minerals sourced from whole foods means your body not only recognizes the nutrients, but the cofactors that come with them necessary to absorb and utilize. Note, on the right-hand side of the label, there are not one, but 5 proprietary blends within this product. First, the nutrition blend, full of all those easy-to-absorb plant-derived vitamins and minerals we just talked about. Second, cellular support blend to promote cellular health and provide antioxidant defenses. As well, the superfood blend packed with phytonutrients and antioxidants and so much more from green, purple, and red whole foods. And lastly, the bioavailability boosting blend, which enhances absorption and retention of those precious micronutrients using advanced absorption technology. This right here is your most unique differentiator about this product. Because it's not just what you put into your mouth, doTERRA went above and beyond to ensure critical nutrients get into your cells with this bioavailability blend. With doTERRA's specific CPTG oils, whole food vitamins, liposomes, enzymes, and probiotics, not to mention methylated Bs, this unique blend is all about enhanced bioavailability, performing at an astounding 4 to 10 times the absorption of other products. For example, there was a 10-times increased absorption rate of calcium with VMG as compared to the leading competitor. And it gets even better. Studies showed nutrients in VMG are still bioactive by over 90%, 8 or more hours after consumption. And to highlight a terrifically unique quality, the presence of doTERRA CPTG tested grade essential oils. Do you know that oils have an affinity for enveloping or enrobing nutrients like minerals and skillfully ushering them into your cells? Yes, because of their lipophilic nature, they have a unique capacity to mobilize absorption like nothing else. To summarize, because VMG has been so carefully crafted and formulated, the precious nutrients it offers get in your body at a rapid rate and stay in your body for a much longer period of time, allowing you to do so much more with your bricklaying. So instead of flushing your investment down the toilet, you get sustainable fuel, energy, and innumerable benefits. To name just a few, VMG offers daily support for energy levels, gut health, digestion, immune, liver, brain, hormone function, and so much more. And so cool, one epigenetic study showed a decrease in biological age markers by 2 years after only 6 weeks of consumption. Imagine what happens when taken then for a longer period of time. Another study showed a 43% reduction in C-reactive protein, a key marker of activation of the inflammatory system. And if you loved all of that, you're going to love your second build partner, E-Omega Plus. Another component of your foundational health is omega-3s. To better understand how crazy important this second build partner really is, know this. EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids are the most missing nutrient in the Western diet. Studies indicate 95% of Americans don't get enough, and it's why when consumed, they render powerful effects. There are many indicators your body is asking, even begging for more. Without diving into what those are, here's some great news. The likelihood of a longer and healthier life is greatly increased with adequate omega consumption. Clearly, the message is to consume more fatty acids. Fish oil, then, is the most efficient and effective source. So what? Eat 2 cans of tuna a day? The most common way people are going to get their fish oils. But alas, there's those warnings of mercury poisoning and more, especially when consuming tuna. So supplement, right? However, the top 16 supplements in the marketplace, 82% don't even contain what they have on their own label. I find that outrageous. So doTERRA to the rescue. E-Omega Plus Essential Oil Omega Complex is a rich source of critical essential fatty acids for comprehensive support for foundational wellness and healthy functioning of our body systems, with a special emphasis on heart health, cardiovascular function, and longevity. As we've learned, essential fatty acids play a critical role in functions like cell growth, membrane health, brain development, muscle activity, hormone and immune function, joint health, and so much more. This product is exactly what we need. There is nothing like it. It is in a class all of its own. It truly differs from all other omega supplements in the marketplace. And let me tell you why. There are two major differences. First, the premium sourcing. We are talking 100% wild-caught fish from the most nutrient-rich, pristine waters known as the Nordic Sea. doTERRA's partner there is amazing at combining tradition with technology and the expertise of today. The fish are sustainably harvested and are traceable. Each undergo thorough screening for heavy metals, microbial and bacterial contaminants, oxidation, and more. No farm fishing practices, no growth hormones, or antibiotics are allowed. To truly appreciate the second differentiator, understand that doTERRA is a wellness company powered by essential oils. It only makes sense then to take advantage of those unique properties and their chemistry in everything we do. E-Omega is no exception. CPTG Wild Orange Essential Oil enhances your experience, completely removing that fishy taste so common with omega-3 supplements. Plus, it contributes to various health benefits, among them protecting against fish oil oxidation because of its limonene content. In other words, a natural preservative. doTERRA has literally put the EO in omega. That's essential oil omega complex. You get it, right? And that's why there's no other product on the market and why nothing else delivers in the same way. Every single serving contains clinical levels of that CPTG Wild Orange Essential Oil. With limonene as its primary chemical constituent, it again protects the quality of the fish oil, preserving it positively and powerfully impacts our cholesterol, energy, inflammatory response, and serves as a natural antioxidant and detoxifier. In a study of healthy participants, those who received the omegas with the wild orange saw not only an improvement in those omega-3 levels, but also their heart rate averages went down by over 16%, and diastolic blood pressure had an over 42% decrease. I mean, seriously, that is a wow. Now, for your third and final build partner for month 1, MetaPower Mito 2 Max. Here's a couple of reasons why it was chosen. 1, it activates and energizes your cells. That is our very goal for phase 1. 2, it optimizes the function of your mitochondria, which are the little engines inside your cells that make energy. To better understand, I want you to think of a campfire. The rock ring represents your cell membrane, the wood, the mitochondria, and the fire is the ATP or energy those mitochondria produce. So to make more energy, you just need to throw on more logs on the fire. Yes, that's exactly how Mito 2 Max works. First, it fuels the mitochondria, so they in turn produce more energy. And 2, it literally gives you the goods to create more mitochondria. You heard me right. Create more engines in your cells, and more engines means more energy. In summary, research suggests that these ingredients in Mito 2 Max help decrease fatigue, boost mental and metabolic performance, improve stamina and aerobic capacity, along with your body's efficient use of oxygen, and all that without the use of harmful stimulants. And because it supports metabolic adaptation, you're present for anything from relaxation to intense activity. Okay, so we've got our A and B boxes checked. So now you're getting enough of the right things. Now let's talk about C for cleanse and how to turn up performance on your eliminative organs and get rid of what you don't need. Waste. Not only is this vital for the here and now, it's essential preparation, hence the name Prepare Phase, for you to ready yourself for phase 2. 24/7, you are a waste-making machine. From the mitochondria in your cells that produce exhaust from making energy to your liver, kidneys, skin, lymphatic, intestinal, and respiratory system, taking out your trash is essential to your utter existence. Your cleanse partner in phase 1 is Revitazen Plus Complex. Let's look at why this partner is so important. We are equipped with a sophisticated detoxification system comprised of several organs. That is the good news. However, if, as we've already said, exposure to toxicity is inevitable, we get to ask ourselves, are our organs and systems keeping up with the pace of our modern world? Your liver literally has like 500 jobs, just a few of which are to metabolize drugs, supplements, hormones, toxins, and bind them. And then it's dependent on those intestines to eliminate that waste along with other waste and toxins. Your kidneys filter your blood and excrete waste via urine, just to name a few of their many magnificent efforts. With all this to manage, wouldn't it make sense then if our eliminative organs had support so they can perform those key responsibilities vital for effective detoxification? And here to help you do exactly that is Revitazen Plus Complex, the ultimate chimney sweeper, trash taker outer, filter cleaner. This brand new formula is not messing around. From liver to kidneys to colon health, this formula has you covered. It's a wonderful combination of some of the very best Mother Nature has to offer. Well-researched, potent, and standardized ingredients, each known to target specific organs and functions, exactly what we want in phase 1 and 2 of your 90-day reset. One more thing we need to talk about while on the topic. This new best friend of yours is your ticket to prepping for month 2, a time when unwanted visitors and toxins will be encouraged to vacate the premises. It's vital then to ensure your elimination is humming and running. We want you pooping twice a day before you go into month 2. This is not the only reason for this product, but certainly one we must attend to. And while we're on the topic of effective detoxification, may I emphasize for anyone consuming a decent amount of caffeine on a regular basis, know that it interferes with your liver's natural detoxification processes. Not only can this make you feel unnecessarily uncomfortable when cleansing, but it also competes with the goals of your program in removing toxins that have accumulated in places like your fatty tissues. You don't want to get in the way of that. Consider our Recharge electrolyte product as an energy beverage alternative. Okay, fantastic. So now you've met your phase 1 A, B, and C partners. Before we go into personalizing your program with targeted solutions, let's first introduce you to how to get started with month 1. There are 3 ways for you to purchase your products. First, retail, but that's the most expensive and we can do better than that. Second, wholesale, which is a great option where you can get a free membership and 25% off retail on anything. Better still, how about below wholesale? With the same perks of a free membership and discounted products, let's go over how to save even more. Turn to page 3 of your handout. In step 1, you can see the Prepare Phase bundle is all laid out for you. To buy this at below wholesale and save an additional $60, either get with the wellness advocate who invited you here, and they will provide for you a personalized link or QR code. Or if you already have a wholesale membership, just log into your account and then search the name of the bundle you see circled and pop that into your cart. In the highlighted section between steps 1 and 2 on page 3, note that because the bundle is over 100 PV or point value, you get free shipping. And this applies to anyone, including existing members as well. With this bundle, if this is the first time you've ever purchased one of doTERRA's foundational wellness bundles, you get this free VMG shaker bottle and a free 5 milliliter bottle of peppermint oil. And for those who are brand new, the bundle also qualifies you for a free gift. Choose from one of the following as shown here. Our amazing bubble diffuser, super useful for diffusing your oils. Our classy reusable glass hand soap pump with the citrus bloom hand wash, perfect for going toxin-free. Or the toothpaste duo. I personally use both of these each day, Super Mint in the morning and On Guard at night to tune up my mouth biome before I go to bed. You truly can't go wrong. They are all great options and one of them is yours for free. Okay, now it's time to talk about how to personalize your program with targeted solutions. Remember those health priorities you wrote down earlier? While activating, building, and cleansing, you may still have a few things you want to address because just like our car analogy, you too have wear and tear and lack of care. Targeted solutions are how you personalize your wellness plan. Using the space provided in step 2 on page 3, it's now time to correlate your priorities with targeted solutions. First, look over the categories to the right. Using the checkboxes, mark those that relate to your priorities or simply interest you. Then circle what stands out on any one given line. Next, narrow your list and jot down those top choices on the left. Lastly, check the items you want to add to your month 1 order and start with right away. For example, if sleep were my top priority, I would check the sleep box in the right column. Then I would circle save our Serenity Sleep System, a top seller. Then I would write that on my list to the left so then I would know what to add to my order. Get with your wellness advocate and ask any questions you may have on what would be great for you. There are 2 main reasons targeted solutions are important to you right now. You may want relief from a so-called fire, something you want to calm down or put out that's recently been bothering you. Or you may have a more long-term thing where bricklaying or nourishing an organ or boosting performance is needed. Maybe it's a little bit of both. The point is to reclaim your energy from these distractions so you are more fully present for your 90-day experience. Some common concerns that warrant targeted solutions are sleep, cellular health and vitality, energy, digestion, immunity, and stress. When combined with healthy habits, doTERRA targeted solutions can help with these concerns. From our Copaiba to our Frankincense, Deep Blue, Breathe, On Guard, and Serenity product families, and so much more, doTERRA is famous for providing just the right heroes for whatever life throws at you. Be sure to ask your wellness advocate how to use a reference guide to look up what interests you and your needs. But let me mention two things. One, under the build column is our Amazing Recharge electrolyte product I've mentioned earlier, which makes for an outstanding energizing beverage alternative, especially when added to a healthy fizzy type water, one of my personal daily favorites. And two, because so many people seek extra support for digestive discomfort and gut health, doTERRA has you covered. From getting that extra fiber you need to probiotics for your kids to instant digestive relief with DigestZen, I also promised you I would come back to one more thing: enzymes. With most of our population eating 50% or more of their diet in ultra-processed foods, a huge toll is placed on the body, along with stress and other factors. This leaves many feeling unsatisfied, excessively full or bloated, nauseated, and even tired after eating, let alone in need of a wardrobe change. Terrazyme to the rescue. This proprietary blend provides active whole food enzymes often deficient in cooked, processed, and preservative-laden foods. These powerful digestive enzymes support critical biochemical functions, including efficient digestion of food and nutrients and the cellular metabolism of those nutrients into energy. It's all about helping you get the most from what you eat while also reducing gastrointestinal discomfort and freeing up resources for metabolic activity. On page 3 of your handout, note that by hitting the Customize button while in your shopping cart, you can add Terrazyme to your order for a greatly discounted price. One more thing to note. It's recommended that you retake the lifestyle assessment and then adjust your targeted selections for months 2 and 3 based on your changing health environment. Okay, now for step 3 on the bottom of page 3. Because this is a 90-day program, we want to make sure you're on the road to success. So plan ahead and ensure that your month 2 products are set to arrive on time. While in the process of getting started, and with the help of your wellness advocate, you'll want to set up your subscription. By doing so, you'll earn 10% back in free product points on not only your first order, but on every qualifying rewards order thereafter, keeping you in the buy below wholesale lane. Don't worry. You'll have help setting this up. We just wanted you to know that we've got your back on how to get the best value possible. As a reminder, refer back to page 2 of your handout to see your phase 2 products. Notice some of the same phase 1 partners will continue with you and others are new. In month 2, you'll be introduced to detoxification products while sustaining the healthy foundation that you've laid. For those of you who already have a membership, just search 90-Day Reset Cleanse Month 2 and drop it into your cart or next month's subscription. Whether new or existing, any of you will get free shipping and the free product of the month. Then, as the time for your order to process gets closer, edit your cart and add any targeted solutions that make sense for where you are. I've mentioned earning a product of the month a few times, so to give you a glimpse, this is the free oil collection you'll end up building over a year by sticking with your rewards orders. And for those of you who already have a membership, there are 2 ways to keep earning. The same 15th of the month thing you've always known, or now any foundational wellness bundle, which includes any 90-day reset bundle ordered anytime during the month. And be sure to ask your wellness advocate about this month's specials. There's always ways to save. Finally, we want you to know we serve 3 types of people. First, like any of you, those who want to live a doTERRA wellness lifestyle. And to help with that, we invite you to become one of our VIP customers. And here's what you can expect. You'll receive a quick start guide and daily tracker for each phase or month of the 90-day program. So you'll know exactly how and when to take each of your products. You'll be invited to amazing ongoing health, wellness, and essential oil education. And to join our wellness community, it's a wonderful way to stay connected with like-minded people who are always striving for foundational wellness and love using natural solutions. Be sure to schedule your free wellness consult, best timed a day or 2 two after your bundle arrives. This is the time to make sure you are feeling confident about your month one plan, go over the free Live Guide, and help find ways to make sure you stick to your new habits. During that time, ask your wellness advocate about how to use a reference guide. This has been huge for our family to solve most things right at home. It's a fun way to learn what solutions you'll want to have right at your fingertips. At the bottom of page 1, you have a place to track that scheduled wellness consult. Any reliable, lasting detox isn't just about quality products. It's also about smart, effective lifestyle choices. During your 90-day reset, hydrate deeply, about half, again, your body weight in ounces. Consider adding a citrus oil like lemon for taste. Move daily, even a 10-minute walk, stretching, or light yoga counts. Consistency matters most. Eat colorful, whole food vegetables, fruits, proteins, and healthy fats to keep you feeling satisfied. Create a calming evening routine and aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep a night so your body can restore and repair. Take a few minutes each day to pause. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. It's one of the fastest ways to calm yourself. For the other two types of people we serve, there are those who want to share with family and friends what has made a big difference in their health and wellness and love to earn rewards. And then there are those like myself and the person who invited you here today who love to share and have found this to be a great way to supplement or even replace our income. I never imagined myself doing something like this, but once I experienced making a difference and impacting lives in such a significant way, I knew I needed to be a part of it. In addition, I love the time flexibility that this opportunity allows me and my family, being available for them whenever they need me, and to travel lots of places together. It's been a huge and beautiful financial shift for us in how we dream and create. I love the incredible team and community that we're a part of and the trips to amazing places we take together, powerful, life-changing events, and so much more. If this sounds like something you would love, get with the person who invited you to this conversation. I know you'll love all that we are about, and we always have room for one more. Because it's natural to have thought of others who would also benefit from what you've learned here tonight, jot their names down here at the bottom of the page on your handout while they're still fresh on your mind. We invite you to consider sharing, whether simply passing on what you're doing and what you've learned about. You can also use what's called a refer a friend code and partner even in hosting your own 90-day reset gathering. You will quickly discover the joy that comes from empowering others to uplevel their health and wellness. It's super simple. Schedule hosting a class to get a free booking gift. Invite those you know who would love to hit the reset button, host your class, and then when those you invited place their first order with your refer a friend link, you'll get credit and earn what we call doTERRA dollars. The beautiful thing, this isn't about pressuring people. It's about offering people the opportunity to change their lives just like you. doTERRA dollars are super cool and can be used for anything from product diffusers to pay your tax, whatever. They don't expire and you can use them anytime. They're just like any other payment method. And here's the thing, you can easily bring guests to an in-person or Zoom class or even share a recorded link. It's super easy to invite and share. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. In summary, these are your steps to get started. 1, choose that prepare bundle. Remember it's searchable under the 90-day reset and look for month 1. Add your targeted solutions, and then you're set for free shipping and the gifts or bonuses we talked about. Set up month 2, so you're sure to be earning 10% back in points for free product. Schedule your wellness consult, and bonus, book to host a class and earn a gift and rewards. And that's the end of our reset conversation. Get with the person who invited you. I'm super excited for you to get started with the 90-day reset and to discover what kind of health can be yours.
Thank you, Laura, for that powerful masterclass. And thank you all for being with us for the final session of our 5-week series. Now, here's a quick recap. We covered why 90 days creates real momentum, how to move through the phases of prepare, cleanse, renew, and how Detox Plus foundational supports make change sustainable. Here's your 3 takeaways. Small, consistent actions beat big, short-lived pushes. Out with the excess and in with support. Lighten the load and fuel your foundation. Plan the next 90 days. Pick a start date. Choose 1 to 2 keystone habits and track simple markers: energy, sleep, focus, digestion. Now, before you go, think of one person who would thrive with a 90-day plan and share one insight you're taking with you. And if you'd like follow-up resources or help shaping your personal 90-day outline, we're happy to help. Thank you again for joining us and for showing up each week. Here's to your 90-day reset and the momentum you'll build from here.